39th birthday, and he is still scoring hat-tricks at the very top level of this game. Alexi Lalas, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thierry Henry, Rebecca Lowe. You know him so well. You both played with him. Thierry, we have to treasure these days.
Listen, we said before the game that this guy and the guy that we're going to see tomorrow, they're both on the moon. And he reminded us why he is who he is. And Argentina also reminded us that they are the oldest. Let's not forget about them. But Leo is just different. It's just a different topic. So, as you will say, when you give the back to the break or whatever, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Kane, over to you.
Zlatan?
I said it. Watch and enjoy.
True.
That's what we did. There was a day full of stars, and they delivered.
Yeah, they absolutely did, Lex.
Definition of a star is when everybody expects you to star, you deliver. And that's what they did on a consistent basis. But tomorrow's a whole nother day. And like you mentioned, whether it's Ronaldo sitting wide awake right now down in Houston, I'm sure staring at the ceiling thinking, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Or your friend Mr. Kane down there in Dallas. You're up, gentlemen. Let's go. Yeah. Bring the stars.
Yeah, we had stars today. We've got stars coming away tomorrow.
I was excited to see him, and like I said, didn't disappoint.
I asked Patrick at half-time whether or not they were going to take Messi off and preserve him a little bit, and he said no, absolutely not. Messi decides when he comes off, and I guess he wanted to get his hat-trick first. Let's take you back to 2-0 in the second half. He's the one that's there. He's got the hunger still when Zidane spills it.
Yeah, the game started on the left-hand side with his first touch here. But what was quite really interesting is run inside the box, because this is where you can score the goals. But after the shot of McAllister outside of the box, he's the first one to react. And like Duncan was mentioning earlier on, they are all ball watching, but Messi anticipates. And then he managed to score the goals. Of course, again, I think Zidane is not going to be happy to see that shot again, because he should do much better than that. And Messi is the only player inside the box is in a movement, and then he scored with the right foot.
Yeah. Is that just his level of intelligence, Duncan, in the football pitch?
Yeah, he's well above the opposition, isn't he? He's such an intelligent player, and it was such a cool finish, wasn't it? His right foot, it's like he was just like, you knew he was going to score it, didn't you? And a wonderful reaction, as Patrick said. A phenomenal player, incredible hat-trick. Yeah. His first hat-trick in the World Cup.
Hey, let's see it. Let's have a look at that, Duncan. Were you as impressed with this hat-trick as you were with the brace?
Yeah, it's a great finish, isn't it? It's a wonderful finish. Great move. And they're looking for him. They're always looking for him. But the Algerian players are nowhere near him, and you always knew once he was in that position, that's going to be a goal. Top quality players finish their chances. And I always knew that was going to be a goal when they got into that position. But they're not picking him up. They're ball watching. They've gave him the freedom of the pitch. You cannot give a superstar the freedom of the pitch. You have to mark him. If you don't mark him, he's going to hurt you. And that's exactly what he did.
That was his 61st career hat-trick. And just a little stat for you, just quickly before we carry on the analysis. Messi scored more World Cup goals after turning 35, which is 10, than these players in their entire careers. Cristiano Ronaldo, Henry, Maradona, Rivaldo, Neymar and Harry Kane. Quite a list there. Kaz, you were having a little look at their build-up play, Argentina.
Yeah. I've enjoyed, obviously, the Messi show, but the combination stuff I really enjoyed. A lot of the time, you see that line there, I found them very vertical, the connections. They can do this, flick round the corners, give and goes, or even up, back and throughs. But this was something that really impressed me. And I'm not a total expert on South American teams, but when I have seen them, this is a common theme. There's that vertical line of the combination again. Look, one player stretches, and then look, it's how do we find the goat? How do we find Messi? How do we let him do his thing? Okay, this pass doesn't come off. But it's a bit of a trend, and it's something that teams are going to have to look through. Again, how do we keep finding Messi? It's not as vertical as the passes before, but it's sort of flick round the corner. McAllister, thank you very much. There's the goat. You go and do your thing. Look, Zidane made a good save in this instance, but I was really impressed. We've seen Spain maybe be a little bit horizontal and slow, but this Argentina team, they're direct, they're vertical, and they hurt you.
And the example of where that worked was Patrick 1-0 and that brilliant assist.
Yes, of course. De Paul with the ball centrally here. And you can see that there's so many Argentinian players centrally, but they managed to find Messi just behind the Algerian midfielders. And then when Messi is in this position and he's facing the goal, the quality and his talent do the rest of the job. And it was a really cool finish from Messi.
I mean, Messi could have had 5 goals in it, he couldn't have.
Yeah.
He could have had 5 goals, couldn't have? He got one chopped off for the offside and he got another one went through in the goal and the goalkeeper made a good save. He could have had 5 goals.
It's a bit boring when he went off.
I can't remember another Argentinian player actually hitting a shot.
You know what's quite incredible when you look at this and you think about everything he's done on World Cup stages? He's never won the Golden Boot. And today was really a day for like the people who are in the race for the Golden Boot that you expect to be in and kind of around there. Because Haaland scored a brace, Mbappe scored a brace, and then Messi was like, you know what, I'll just get a hat-trick.
That is a good answer from Messi to Haaland and Mbappe. And I think he will be there. He's his last World Cup, and I think he looks in a really good shape physically as well. I know that he came out 10-15 minutes before the end, but he looked really in a good shape.
He still glides across the pitch like he always does. And we were saying, is he going to be played differently? Does he look like he's slowing down? Do you see any signs of that, Kaz?
Nah, not from anything tonight. I thought he was... Even we would speak about sometimes the off-the-ball stuff. I saw him sprinting back. I saw him doing jobs for the team. Not all the time, but he still did his job. But the sharpness in the final third. But I have to say, the team made a movement to get him on the ball as much as possible. And I think I've seen France today, Argentina. Those 2 teams have been by far the best in the competition that we've seen.
In good shape to defend their crown?
Yes, they are, especially if Messi's in that form, isn't he? He is like a one-man team, isn't he, really? I know it's a bit unfair on the rest of them, but the minute Messi came off the pitch, the game wasn't the same. So, yeah, they're going to have to keep him fit, which obviously he showed a lot of resilience through his career. So, yeah, look, at the end of the day, Messi will have to perform, and if he keeps on performing, Argentina will be a tough team to beat.
Many questioned whether they'd have that trip as they did in their first game in 2022. It wasn't to be the case. It was an excellent performance, no?
Indeed, indeed. When you speak about a cleaner, you speak about Messi.
Yeah.
Cleaner, clinical performance, amazing to watch. I mean, we still very much adore what he does, and he doesn't disappoint at all. I mean, the goals that he has scored, very, very beautiful, well constructed from a team performance. I think from this, it's a very good job in terms of how they start the World Cup. Having to look at back.
Argentina taking on Algeria in Kansas City. Rebecca Lowe, Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Alexi Lalas. As I said, this is what they came for. Let's have another look at it, shall we? Lex, you start us off.
All right, an MLS connection right off the bat for Argentina. Rodrigo De Paul of Inter Miami. Oh, my goodness, breaking lines. Look at this pass right to Messi of Inter Miami, and he just smacks it. But I got to tell you, Lucas Zidane, I think you got to do better on this.
This was a goal before he got the ball. He knew it, and the problem was the mistake from the Algerian defense was you gave him space because of the respect you have for him. So he scored many goals from there.
That's the issue of the 4-4-2. Any ball strong between the line with the little man being there and runs of the 2 strikers after you pick and choose your poison. If you come out, you'll feed. If you don't come out, you'll bury it. What a player.
What a player indeed. Let's take you back to Rob Stone over there in Kansas City. Chaps.
Rebecca, thank you. Messi's numbers at the break, 38 touches, 2 shots, 2 recoveries, an 84% passing accuracy rate, and, of course, that 1 goal. But he does so much more beyond just those numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a nightmare for these adversaries because after you attack, he's walking back slowly, so nobody's seeing him. But while he's walking back, he's observing, talking with his teammates to tell them what to do better in the next occasion they will have. It's fantastic to see that. He's constantly tuned in, even if he's walking.
But he's also, it's not, I won't say he's a problem for the team, but Argentina playing man-to-man, and as soon as Algeria's broken that, as soon as they get past that extra man, they use that extra man they have getting past it, then they've had the chance. We've seen Shatu with a couple of chances, and I don't think that they're out of this game. They just need to take advantage of those opportunities. So for them, it's all about getting through that midfield, getting them on the other side of their goal, and then they get more chances, I would think.
And by the way, the lower bowl behind our set, wrapping all the way around, never sat down for the first 45 minutes. They're finally